And now, Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. Return of the Boys edition. That's right, Return of the Boys, Season 4, Episode 5. We're going to review it. We're going to talk about the highlights, the lowlights, the in-between lights, all the lights, including Starlight. Dave?
Yes, sir.
We got to watch the show.
We watched it.
The title of the show is...
Tale of the Tape, Season 4, Episode 5, Beware the Jabberwock, My Son. It is runtime of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and it got a score of 8.4 on IMDb. Okay. So, not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I enjoyed the episode as an overall. How about you? Did you enjoy it as an overall episode or no?
Overall, yes. There was still a lot of development in this one. But, you know what I mean? Like, the first three were kind of like, okay, where we're going. Last week's knocked it out the park. We both agree with that one.
Right.
This one is continuing it, but I think they're just setting up for something. The storylines that they had were very interesting in what was going on here, and I can't wait to see how this finale comes.
No, I agree. I thought it wasn't as good as last week's, but it was still better than the intros in the first couple.
Than the first three. 100%.
So I know that they had a lot of characters to build and theories and setups and everything else. So I get it. I know how it works. So I can appreciate that. And then last week's was, I think, one of the greatest that they've had, one of the better ones that they've had. I don't know about the greatest because the first couple seasons were incredible. But I think this one was riding the coattails of that one. Still a great show, still entertaining, still funny.
Yeah.
Still had a lot of great scenes in it. We'll get to those in a second. But it wasn't as good as The Boys has been in the past still. I still think they're missing that special ingredient. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. It's the first season or two would seem to be blowing it out of the park. Third season was great. This season's a little choppy to me.
Well, they didn't. Last season, you had Soldier Boy. He was like the new guy they introduced into the show. There we go. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it kind of like revolved around him and what Soldier Boy was going to do. But this one, there's no Soldier Boy. There's no. Right. They introduced new people into the 7, but there's not that one new individual that's sitting yet that you're like, oh my god, okay, I need to tune in every week.
Right, exactly. I mean, they have Firecracker, who's a hot piece of ass, and they got Sister Sage, not Sister Sledge, Sister Sage.
Got it right this time.
So yeah, I got it right this time. No Sister Sledge. Oh, Sister Sledge. No,
but sometimes where I think I'm running into issues with like a lot of the shows that we watch nowadays is the streaming services that they have and all these shows and shit that they're coming out with. It's almost like I know you got to get that 8 to 10 episode arc out there, but sometimes it's almost like you don't need those 8 to 10 episodes to get the story across.
Right. And maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they're building up to something that we're not ready yet. We don't see it yet. I don't know. So I mean, that's a possibility. And then by the 8th episode, something we might be blown away and be like, oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll start this episode by talking about Huey Jr. and Senior and the misses or the lack thereof, or Huey's dad comes out of it, and the only thing he remembers is he's going for pizza rolls. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, they brought back the pizza rolls. Like I forgot how much Hugh Jr. hated the pizza roll thing. Yeah. And then they brought it back, and it made me laugh. I got to be honest. It was a great throwback to some of the earlier seasons, and I was like, okay, that was funny. Funny.
Yeah, and, Daphne admits to, Huey's mom admits to giving him the V, said it fell out of his pocket, blah, blah, blah. She felt that that's what Huey wanted so that they can bring the father back, even though he kind of hedged on it and didn't want to do it, but it is what it is. He woke up, everything seemed fine for a minute there.
Everything seemed perfect. And then it wasn't. I guess transparency runs.
Peter. That did not
happen.
I
saw that. I was typing back to him. I was like, hello. I was like, Soldier Boy.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's just transparency runs in the family, I guess, because Huey Sr. also goes transparent. But here's the difference. he kept his robe on.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. Yeah. He kept. Well, this was Huey. Just like he warped places.
Right.
The father, he did like a phase where
Right.
he could go through shit, like sort of like the Flash. You know,
Right.
I'm not saying he ran as fast as him, but yeah, he was phasing through shit.
He was definitely doing that. Not only was he doing that, but he was ending up in the middle of people, not knowing that he was.
Yeah. Well, when they first found him, he was doing the Kano. He had the guy's heart in his hand. He's like, finish him.
or Malaka, Laka, Hela,
Yeah.
Jones.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's the vision I had because it was
That poor dude in the medical bed was just trying to pick up the nurse, and Huey's father comes in, phases through, and just annihilates the guy.
done. And then they see him walking in circles, just trying to figure out what's going on, and there's just body parts just falling, and it was terrible. It was terrible. It was unreal though, but whatever. I mean, I thought it was funny. I thought the mother gave her engagement ring to Huey to say,
Huey.
lock it down.
Yeah.
Like,
get that starlight.
She's not saying you're not doing anything better. Temple of Doom, Dave. That's Pete's calling you out, buddy.
Well, excuse me. I'm not the greatest Indiana Jones fan here. You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Listen, you should be, because he's a great actor and he's in all your favorite movies because you can see it behind you. That's another story, another show.
Exactly.
So the security guard too. Like, he just called out. Huey's dad just killed the security guard. He's like, okay, I'm not dealing with this. Okay, dead.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming because he's confused and he was scared and everything else. But
it went from everything was fine, and then everything wasn't fine because he was losing his memory. He didn't know where he was. He got scared, and that's what set him off on all these little accidental killing sprees throughout the whole entire hospital.
Junior, did you pull that up?
I didn't pull that out. I'm not touching nothing.
I don't know. So the father's losing his memory and everything else, and Huey Jr. has to pull him in and go, hey, listen, it's me. I'm not a kid anymore. It's okay. I'm going to take care of you.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, towards the end of the show, when Huey actually steps up and does what he's supposed to do to his father and gives him the fact that he knew what to do, first and foremost. I was impressed that they gave the character the knowledge after hanging out with Frenchie for so long. He finally knows what to do with something.
Yeah, exactly.
That was impressive for me. And then it was a sad moment when the father passed. And I honestly was like, I don't remember ever feeling a sad moment in this show. Like, there's moments where people die and this, that, the other. Like, oh, that's terrible, or this, that, the other. But that was like the first initial sad moment.
Yeah. Yeah, the father.
And they pulled it off nicely, I thought.
Yeah, and he was very he played a good role when he was trying to kill Daphne. Like, he switched the switch. He flipped that switch to that evil son of a bitch real quick, man. I'm like, wow. But to that point, he did say, I guess, the pet. He didn't want to become like Jar Jar, the pet that he had. So he knew Huey was going to try to keep him alive when he probably should have put him down.
Right.
So now this is the same thing. He should have been put down. But, the mom got involved and brought him back, but then inevitably they euthanized him or whatever. And,
and he went out, and he went out knowing that he was his son's hero and all the other characters that he was always getting him the action figures or dolls.
Right. Here's the only thing.
Heroes.
Here was my question on that, though.
Okay.
The father went around causing chaos, killing people and shit accidentally, okay?
Right.
So now they're just in one of the rooms in the hospital.
It's fine. Got plenty of time.
Huey was able to get all the stuff he needed to euthanize his father.
Yeah.
And no cops, no nothing.
That was a little far-fetched. Yes, that was a bit far-fetched. I agree with you on that one. But I mean, it was cool that they were actually doing it. But yes, I agree. They should have. I thought if they brought him downstairs into the parking lot or did something like that.
Yeah,
it probably would have been better, or a storage closet or something.
Right,
not a room, just out around somewhere. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit odd, but whatever.
Yeah.
Homelander didn't have a lot to do in this show this week. His arc wasn't that big. I mean, it was more so to build up his son, and I think the reason why they're building up Ryan so much is because I think for Gen V. I think he's going to be in the next. I haven't heard this, but I'm assuming that they're going to put him possibly either in something like that, where it's a school for the gifted, or they're just getting ready for next season or something. but I think they're starting to build that character up so it becomes a lot more popular of a character and gives him a personality. And with the whole concept of Homelander mentoring his son,
Yeah. Well,
it's actually him being a father.
Right, he switched his parenting. Instead of telling him what to do, he's actually telling him, "Hey, listen, you can do whatever you want. You know, what do you want to do? You know,
Right.
because they tried to force him. It's kind of funny. They were doing the V52 Expo, which is total spoof on the D23 Expo that they had, and they even had the board up there with the phase 7 through 19 of all the shows and movies.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It reminded me of everything that has to do with Marvel at this point, because it's just so twisted. So many. Oh, well, you have to know this movie to watch, this movie to watch, this movie to see this show to watch, this show you have to see that movie. Get the hell out of here.
And if you watch one of those recap episodes on YouTube, those guys are smart enough. I'm not, I didn't take screenshots or anything like that, but there's actually the titles of some of those movies and stuff that are in there are like.
They integrated it in?
Yeah, so whatever we have in real life, they kind of spoofed it on their show.
That's
so
cool.
it's kind
I did not
of
catch that.
It's kind of funny with that, but he was supposed to be in a super school show or something like that, Ryan, that they wanted to put him in, and he's like, I don't want to do that. Well, what do you want to do? But he ends up taking the dude's Jaguar or something like that, his car, his wallet.
Like, how about you give my son your black card? And then how about you give him the keys to the Jaguar? And then Adam, who's the producer of all the movies and stuff like that, he even said, and I don't know if you got this, the line that Adam said to Homelander, he goes, let me see where, let me find. Did this have something to do with me jerking it in front of Minka Kelly? Did you catch that?
I caught that, yes.
I'm like, wow, talk about the boys bringing in real stuff that happens in real life. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And then,
and Adam has like a history of doing inappropriate stuff around women and everything like that. So Ryan was like, I want to. Homelander asked him what he wants to do and all this stuff like that. He's like, I want to help people and stuff. And he's, he looked over at Bonnie, who I guess was Adam's assistant or whatever. Yep. And suggested that he bitch slap him. She bitch slap.
He said, "Is he making you uncomfortable?"
Yeah.
And she's like, Yeah. And he's like, well, what are we going to do about that? And then he looks and he goes, get on your knees. Tell him you're sorry. And while he's down there, he goes, slap him. Again. Slap him again.
As far as we know, he's probably still getting he's still getting smacked.
It's definitely a possibility. And you can see Ryan starting to enjoy the power, though.
Yeah.
Which turns that I'm helping people to I'm controlling people.
Right, and that's gonna escalate to something else. Yep.
Right, I can see that. I can see that happening too.
Like Homelander might actually get that reaction that he wanted, just in a different. He'll get it in a different way.
Different parenting.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see Ryan going into like a Gen V or something like that. Like I said, we were talking beforehand, the rumor is that there's a new season of Gen V coming out, and it's supposed to happen when this season ends. Right, so I could see them tying in there. So. Right.
Now the whole expo and everything else, I got to be honest. Deep does all the crappiest jobs. Yeah. For all the superheroes. For the 7, he gets the crappiest jobs always. And what a tool he is. He's just a tool. I don't know how to, but he plays the part perfect. He really does.
And he keeps trying to. He's shit talking with Cameron. He keeps trying to get a head up on him or edge up on him, and
it never works.
It never works.
Never works. And then not only that, but then Cameron dumps Ashley.
Yeah.
He's like, if you don't have control, you can't be a dominatrix to me.
Yeah, what does she say? Did I tell you to take those anal beads out?
Right, yeah. Or the vitamin. She's got the thing that goes off and everything else. And he's like, yeah, you have no control over me anymore.
You have no control. Nope. You're not the big wig. I'm out. Right. I need somebody more dominatrix or whatever.
Yeah. It's crazy. And then all of a sudden, Ashley and A-Train end up teaming up because they're both like, I don't know where their road's going, but it's not good together. I'll tell you that. Neither one of them are really playing their cards right.
I want to know what A-Train has on her, because he even said, we both know you were doing more than leaving floaters in his bathroom.
He did say that.
Yeah, so what else are we talking about here? What the hell was this girl doing in there?
Right. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. And she might have just left the floater as that's what I'm doing and that's it. And there might
as
be
a cover up. Yeah, as a cover up.
Exactly. and there's more to that. So we don't know. We'll find out hopefully.
Yeah, and Sister Sage is trying to sniff out the leak
The rat
that went out there.
She hints that it's A-Train.
Right, and that, like, for the world's smartest person, do you think that is she on the A train? Do you think but she's not going to dime him out? You know, like,
The world's smartest person. I just, if she was the world's smartest person, she would probably figure it out already. I think, like, I don't know how you wouldn't figure it out. Like, there's only so many people that can get into the building, that can get into his room, that can get into his thing, and yeah, it's A-Train.
Right, but I don't know. See, I think she knows, but I don't know if she really wants to out him.
Maybe not, because she's got something up her sleeve too.
Yeah.
You know, she's got something. She's getting ready to pull rank on everybody. She's trying to put everybody in place. So
yeah,
I think they destroy each other, and then she's left standing.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
think.
we didn't get any lobotomies this week from
Nope.
Sister Sage. Black Noir. I don't even know he was in the episode.
He wasn't even in.
He didn't say shit.
He's out. The boys were busy this week.
Yeah.
The boys had to go on road trips and everything else. It started out where you still see Butcher and John talking to each other on the park bench again.
Yes.
Alone, nobody else interacting with them. So is it in his brain?
I think so. And when we get to that point, I'll let you know.
Right, we'll get to that later on. But I think it is, and I think they're leading to that also.
Mm-hmm.
Also, MM looked a little bit better to me this episode.
That's because you're getting used to it. You're getting used to seeing him.
And then all of a sudden, I was like, I got to write that down. This way I remember that I acknowledged it. And then as I acknowledged it, a couple scenes later, I'm like, nah, it still looks like crap.
But you've yet to. Did you say anything about Starlight? Like how she looks? I think you said, right? Like she looks a little off compared to other seasons.
Yeah, compared to other scenes, she's a little. I mean, not that she's off. I don't think I've said that she's off, but she's not as. I think they're putting her in that light, though. I think they're trying to make it where she's not as. I don't want to say pretty because she's still a pretty girl. She's still
right. She's stressed out, so she
stressed
looks
out, and she's worn and she's having a hard time. So I think they're trying to take away some of the beauty from her.
Gotcha. Right.
I think that's what that is. And then she didn't have her powers for a little bit since we're on Starlight. She couldn't get it up. I mean, get it on.
She's having superpower ED or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I don't know if she can take a pill for that or not, but if there is a pill, Starlight, you should probably take it.
Yeah. So she's dealing with a lot of shit because she doesn't want to be Starlight. She just wants to be a normal person. And I think that's why, she's having issues trying to zap back up again or something.
Right.
I don't freaking know.
Well, the show started with her being all in her own, in the clubhouse that she had or whatever you want to call it. And there was just writing on the walls of slut and baby killer and all this other stuff and just Satan and all. So I see she's going through a lot.
Yeah, Firecracker is trying to accuse her of Ezekiel's death.
Right.
And that, she's pressing charges against Starlight and everything like that for beating the shit out of her and everything. So
there's a lot going on for Starlight right now, emotionally in her own head from what we're seeing.
Yeah. And Frenchie's just like, he ain't hiding the drug abuse in this man. Now he's just out and about.
He's just having a blast with it.
Take a bump
right
now.
Blast, I mean, blast.
Taking a bump here, a bump there.
Crazy. Yeah, that's Frenchie. Still on the line. I still don't understand the line, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they get Stan.
Yes, they go and get Stan Edgar out of jail.
Butcher and M go and get Stan out of prison. Say, hey, listen, your granddaughter has
a virus.
powers now. She's a soup.
Yeah.
And do you want custody of her or what? We can get you that. Come on out with us. And he comes out, and I didn't see that coming. But
no, I didn't see him coming back either.
Right. I was surprised by that.
But then, this was all to get the virus to help kill the soups. That's why they. Right. That's why they got.
Coming to light.
That was the condition to get him out. He gets him the virus. Then he walks. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he comes out. He goes back to the farm.
Oh God. Yeah.
Where they're. He thinks it's just a farm, and he thinks people are hiding or whatever. And then they go in the basement. And they find out that the animals have been ingesting V.
Well, there was, I don't know if you caught it, they said it was the hamster.
Right.
The hamster, they injected the V into the hamster. The hamster got loose and went apeshit and caused the other bottles of V to go into the water stream,
Right.
which then in turn got
everywhere.
the chickens and the sheep and everything else.
If you remember in season 3, and I don't know if you remember this or not, there was a hamster that was in with Soldier Boy. Inside the lab, there was a hamster that was going around, and they were like, "Oh, it's a little hamster." They were playing with it, and all of a sudden, and it just went crazy. And it was
They
tied in season 3 with the hamster with that. I don't
That's
know if you
awesome.
caught that. Yeah.
I didn't catch that. No, because it's been
You haven't seen it in a while.
it's been a while. So yeah, shit like that. I'm not gonna remember. That is
I just
funny.
happened to put it together. I was like, "Oh, that's the hamster
From
that
there.
was with Soldier Boy in the lab." I go, "Okay, that makes sense. That was funny."
Now there was the whole group of them going into this barn, or to the farm or whatever, going into the barn. Now there was 2 like agents, like no name agents. You knew 100% those guys were done. They were the ones that were going to get killed.
Show that were getting killed and destroyed, and you knew it as they were walking in. Everybody knew. If you didn't know, you've never seen the show before.
Right, kind of like they said the old Star Trek shows. The people in the red shirts were the ones that were going to die. Or
There was always that. So these extras were like, "Yep, we're going in the show."
Yeah.
And then right away, the first one, a chicken flows
right
through his chest. Well, they see a chicken. They see a nest in a torso or something on the ground first. They're like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it comes through his chest.
Yeah.
And all the animals are just V'd up and crazy,
Beat up.
and they're shooting them, and it ain't stopping none of them.
No, and Butcher also found, before they got to that, Butcher found the rabbit, and it was hooked up to the temp V,
Yep.
and he unhooked him out of that.
Let
I guess
him
he had
out.
and let him out. He had a little emotional
sweet.
bonding with him until later. Yeah.
Right. Until later. What a nice thing and everything else. And then they had the bull came out, and I was like, I wanted to see the bull
Yeah.
go crazy. Like, I just wanted to see the bull.
So did I.
Act as something.
Well, Newman's the one that helped him with the chickens, though. I think she exploded one of their
Right,
heads
she
or whatever.
exploded some of the heads
so
and everything else, right.
Yeah, so Newman
And then
shows
they ran
up.
back out.
Newman shows up. They didn't expect her to be there, and she's like, "Really, Stan? You're bringing them here to my, blah blah blah." So, but yeah, the bull comes out. Like, to your point, they're continuing on, and the bull comes out. And I'm like, "Yes, come on, what's he gonna do?"
I was waiting, and then nothing because the flying sheep got him.
Man.
I mean, I knew flying sheep were coming because I saw the commercial,
saw it in
like
the
the
trailer,
previews.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would have went with flying sheep on this episode. Like, I would have went with something a little different. I think maybe a goat or something. Like, I don't know if the sheep they were cool on the ground, but they didn't necessarily need to fly. But I guess it's the V. But okay, so they rip apart that, and so then everybody runs back into another barn, and then they find Samir, who they were looking for, who was the guy who was running this whole laboratory.
Newman's, it's Newman's boyfriend who fathered Zoe. That's her name.
Yes, correct. Yep. So the plot kind of just thickens a little bit, and he had one virus left.
Yep.
So what they did is they injected it in the dead guy, and then they put him outside the barn.
Yep.
And we're like, I hope all the sheep eat them. This way they spread the virus back. And just like they spread the V, they spread the virus.
And Frenchie had, dude, I died
That was
laughing.
my favorite line.
I don't know about you, but Frenchie had the greatest line because I guess they said that they're going to give it to the guy and it's going to fuck the sheep up. He's going to fuck the sheep up or something.
Yep.
He goes, "This man is in no shape to fuck a sheep." It just came out of nowhere. I was dying laughing.
That's a great line. You're right. He's in no condition to do that, Frenchie. You are 100% correct. That's a great line. Yeah, I heard that. I was like, that's a great. I love that. I wrote that one down. I was like, that was a good one. Yes.
So, but during this whole thing, Butcher did see that bunny. He was basically almost dead, just panting on the side there.
Correct.
And then out of his side came those I don't know, tentacles or whatever.
Tentacles, sure.
So he's like staring at it, and then he squishes it. So now speculation is that's what going on with Butcher. Does he have those?
I think so, and I was going to say that to you. I think that was a foreshadowing event for Butcher. He released this rabbit because he felt the sympathy for the rabbit because they had a kinship.
Right.
The kinship is they both have the same powers.
Thing. Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I think. Now, we didn't see anything come out of Butcher yet. We've seen worms.
Just a wiggly,
right.
yeah.
But could that be a sequel?
Yeah, it could be.
It doesn't seem like tentacle. Maybe it's a baby tentacle.
It's still growing and
Right. Yep.
incubating until it wants to come out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So then the virus is gone.
Yes. Yep.
Everybody runs out. Everybody's scattered. Samir's dead. They found a leg. It's over.
Yep. Samir's dead.
Stan no longer has any power because they took him out of jail
Yeah.
to get the virus. The virus is now gone. Sorry.
Well, that's because everybody was running because the sheep were still flying around waiting
trying to kill everybody.
Right, they were still trying to kill them. All of a sudden, they started dropping and puking and everything. So the virus killed the sheep.
The virus killed the sheep.
And then that's why they came out with Samir's leg and said, "Hey, this is all we found." But everybody, there was like 3 different groups from one of the reviews.
Just going everywhere.
Everybody was going everywhere, separated. So go ahead.
And then, so one of the next scenes is they put Stan in the police car again. Stan's going back to prison because he can't provide a virus now because there is no virus. The viruses are gone.
Yep.
I didn't see that going. As they're driving down the road, all of a sudden the driver's head goes boom.
It's been a while since we've seen excluding the chicken. It's been a while since we've seen a head pop.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen the head pimple pop explosion in a while. His daughter comes back, gets him back out of the car. I guess they're good again. Everything's good. Everybody's happy. Daddy and daughter are back together again. Yep. She's not letting him go back to prison.
Right.
Then, all of a sudden, you see Butcher hanging out with John again.
Yeah. Yep.
They're talking. They walk into the barn. And there's Samir, missing a leg.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And during their conversation, Samir and Butcher are having a conversation, and Butcher's saying, "We, this, and that, and everything else." And Samir's like looking around, being like,
yeah, well, he was kind of talking to Kessler at the same time as, so, and to your point, he's like, Samir's looking like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah, more than one of you? I don't see anybody else here.
Right. So he's definitely, his wife and Kessler, those are 2 things he's imagining here.
Or
what?
Or is he a soup?
Is who a soup?
Is John a soup?
Where nobody sees him? He's the invisible. Well, we already had translucent, so
but he's gone.
Right.
I'm up the ass. Gone.
I don't think they would redo.
I don't think so either. I was just getting your take on it. I don't think. Yeah. I think it's all in his head. That's what I think personally. I was just throwing out there for devil's advocate just to see what you said. Right. But I think it's all in his head. 100%.
He's like, but he tells me, we'll patch you up. Everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. I need that virus now. He's like, You're gonna make me another virus. And that look, dude. I wanted to get a screen cap of that look, that Butcher, and pull it up. Dude,
he plays it well.
Oh, he is excellent in this. But he had that look of it was twisted look, bro. It was awesome.
I gotta be honest, and we've said this about a couple of different people, that the acting in this show is absolutely on point.
Yeah.
On point. Huey's dad played a great role, and he was actually supposed to be the son. I think he was supposed to be the original Huey when they were casting. Okay. But they were like, age-wise, he was just not there.
A little too old. Yeah.
So they had to get somebody else. They're like, okay, instead of you being Huey, you're Huey Sr. Yeah. So I think that's how he got the role of that. Mm-hmm. But all of their acting, just the way they carry themselves, the way they look into the camera and switch from bipolar, if you will, just great. Yeah, great acting.
The Deep plays the heel role excellently. Yep. Homelander knocks out that conflicted superhero guy.
Yep. Struggling from within.
Butcher just plays an excellent asshole, or whatever else you want to call him.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yep.
That's kind of what he is, man. That's his role.
Yeah. And, they all play it really well.
Yeah.
They all do, and it's impressive. I am impressed. And then at the end, at the end of the show, they started playing Old MacDonald. Did you catch that or no? Did you pause it and play it?
I did not catch that.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and with the original, the old school, Old MacDonald had a farm.
Oh my! I did not catch it. That was while
the credits were going. It was playing, and I was like, "That is hilarious! I love that." I don't know. I thought it was a good. Like I said in the beginning, I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
not one of their greatest, but still a good show. Very entertaining. Had me laughing a bunch of times. Had me sad. Like there was a plethora of emotions.
Yeah, the telltale sign is it is an hour and 8 minutes. So minus the credits, it's probably 55 minutes, let's say.
Give or take. Yeah.
It went by really quick. So that's the sign right there. If an hour episode flies by like it's a half hour, you enjoyed
and they
it.
did something right. Yep.
Yeah. Because like we said, those first 3 episodes, we got through them, we enjoyed them, but they felt like 1 hour each episode. You know what I'm saying?
They weren't going as quick as in our heads. It was like, it's over already? What happened?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that wasn't the first 3 episodes, but it's gotten to that point now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Hopefully next week will be another great show. Hopefully it goes up a little bit more again, and we'll see where everything goes, and maybe some more.
Dirty Business, season 4, episode 6. Dirty Business, yes.
We'll get some of the virus back. We'll get some more. Huey's father's gone, so maybe Huey will be more involved with the boys again, and we'll see how that dynamic goes.
He has to come
his
back.
mother to the kids, to the family, if you will.
Right.
And Frenchie at the end.
Oh, we forgot. Yeah, Frenchie.
I forgot to mention that. Frenchie.
What the hell was that? Like Frenchie? Because he said who was he talking? He was talking to somebody where he's like, some sins should not be forgiven, and he's having a hard time once he confessed to what he did to Colin's family. That's what spiraled him into the drug use and all that shit like that. So then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go turn myself in. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I don't get that one.
Who's getting them out? Who's breaking in to get them out? You think it's the boys?
Kimiko, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Kimiko.
She's gonna go in there. She's gonna like he saved her.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a role reversal. She's gonna save him now. From a jail cell.
And then maybe after that, he finally confesses to her all the shit that he's going through, and then maybe they can finally fucking move on.
Correct. It'd be nice. We're waiting for it.
But I gotta be honest, I do like the high Frenchie, though, because he's just, the shit that he's seeing and saying and doing is kind of funny.
It's entertaining. I'm not saying do drugs, people.
No, don't do drugs. No, that's not what we're saying.
It's entertaining for us to watch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these guys, whoever they got for these actors per role, hey,
they
do it well.
Perfect, right? They do it very well. And I appreciate them. So thank you guys for all doing that. And thank you everybody else for watching us.
Yes.
If you want to watch us on any social medias or anything else, I've got a plethora of those too. You can check us out on any of our socials. We're on almost all of them. You check us out. You see when we're coming live again. We're doing it lives every Tuesday right now for the boys, the return of the boys. We also do a podcast every Wednesday, just regular Shooting Straight with Donnie C. And you can check us out there. We got another episode dropping tomorrow. If you're watching this live with us, you can watch that tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And until then, I hope everybody has a good time. We'll see you next time for the boys. Catch you guys later.
Peace, everybody.